I want to build a flamethrower. Now I want to make one that shoots gasoline. Why? Because gasoline's cheap and I always have it around. Now this is probably one of the more dangerous fuel choices, but we're gonna do our best. To start here, I got an aluminum fuel tank out of the dumpster. You might recognize this fuel tank from the AC air compressor build. I have professionally repaired a bung on it. And that is going to be the fuel tank. Bits and bob fittings installed here. Got some plugs on this side. And since we will be drawing fuel from the bottom here, this is a vent. So I'll have to keep this cracked, that way we don't have a airlock situation in this guy here. The fuel pump we'll be using in this build is a Cummins lift pump. These things have a pretty good amount of flow and pressure. This one's used, I don't know why it was changed, but it's also out of the dumpster. The thread pitch of the fittings that actually go in this are very odd, so I have tapped and JB welded some different fittings in there. So we'll see if that seals or if I'm getting a wild hog spray in the face while I'm shooting flames. Alright, enough talking. Build montage, begin! This is a diesel fuel tank pickup, by the way. Steel. time to tidy up all this mess. Man, that is awesome. Okay, let's talk about the theory behind this. So, button on the handle triggers this relay. This relay then sends power from our 20-volt DeWalt battery to our Cummins fuel pump. So fuel pump will hopefully draw the fuel and then send it down our barrel to then be lit by our propane torch and hopefully lots of flame. Now, a smart person would probably check the spray pattern with water first. Let's go straight to gas. So the vent hole doubles as the fill hole. All I got is 2-stroke gas right now, so that's what we'll be using. Accidentally spilled some gas in here and on the tank. That's kind of a bad deal in this workshop anyways. So I'm gonna check the spray pattern without the propane torch going first. Just make sure it even works. It works. I'd like a little bit more range though. So tapped the end of this barrel and drilled me out a hole in this plug, so to work like a carburetor jet, orifice, whatever. But I started pretty small. Now let's try that. All right, test 2. That's more like it. We're gonna do our first real test fire. Wish me luck. Well, it works, but we have some improvements to do. Okay, so we have 3 problems so far. First problem is the torch flame is getting blown out very easily, and while the fuel stream will stay lit because the end of the barrel is on fire, it does not burn all of the fuel that is getting sprayed. So I need to build some kind of wind cover. It's actually a really windy day today, so that's probably a lot of the issue. So problem 2, my vent here, I'm getting a little bit of gas spilling out because, you know, the fuel sloshing around in the tank. So I need to make this to where I have a spout or something to make it harder for that fuel to just splosh out. And the more concerning issue is that the fuel pump tends to continually let some fuel pass through, or say if you tip the gun down, fuel is still flowing through the fuel pump even with the pump off, and that's a little bit terrifying. It's a flamethrower you can't shut off. So I think I'm going to install a fuel control valve as well in line to the pump. That way, let off the trigger, fuel supply is shut off and the pump is shut off. Made this thing here hopefully to help keep that flame protected. Oh, we got us a nifty little flame tube thingy here. And our solenoid shutoff valve vent. I think we're ready for another test. An important note, do not recreate anything you see in this video. It is highly dangerous, and I am just a regular guy. I'm not an engineer, and I am not that intelligent. But if you're interested for research purposes of some of the things I used in the video, I'll try and link those in the description. Now that I've set my yard ablaze, well, that worked awesome. I do think I need to add some heat wrap to this solenoid valve here just for a little bit of extra protection. But we'll do a proper video burning some stuff with this thing. You'll have to wait for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this creation, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.
Keep thinking.